Hi Nikita, so
Hi, how
happy
are
to have
you?
you here.
So much. I'm
Yeah,
excited to be here as well.
so let me just tell them about you.
So Nikita is doing her masters at Columbia University. She is HPAIR Harvard 2019 Delegate, GHC 2018 Scholar, IEEE She Conference Speaker, Orator, Storyteller, Content Marketer, Coder, and whatnot. Whoa!
So hey, I'm so happy, so glad to have you here. You want to
Thank
give
you.
a better introduction?
Uh, I think you covered it, but yeah. So basically, I'm majoring in management science and engineering here at Columbia University. I graduated with a bachelor's in computer science from Model Engineering College, Kochi. Proud ex-MECN. Yeah, that's about it for now. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, can you tell us about how you got to know about GHC and your experience at the conference? And yeah.
So
So GHC, which for your users is Grace Hopper Conference, is the world's largest conference for women technologists. So this year it's going to be held in Orlando in Florida. The year that I visited, that was in 2018, it was at Houston, Texas. So basically, I knew that a senior of mine, Sharon Rachel Manu, was a GHCI scholar. Now, GHCI is Grace Hopper Celebration India, which so both of these conferences come under the parent organization of Anita B. Orr,
oh,
who have this mission of empowering women technologists from all over the world. So they have the slogan of 50-50 by 2025. There's 50% of women representation in tech jobs all over the world. So that's their main mission that they have. And in order to further this mission, they have conferences every year. So
oh,
GHC is the most international conference as the parent conference, and there's another conference in Asia, which is the HCI, which is held in Bangalore every year.
oh,
So my senior Sharon, she was a GHCI scholar, and she had asked me to apply for GHCI during my final year of college. So
okay.
I was like, I'll do it. And when I was like, then I forgot about it. But then one fine day I was like, oh, Sharon had asked me to apply. So I just like randomly Googled it. When I Googled it, I made a mistake of not adding that I, which
Oh,
led me to Googling GHC.
okay.
And that is when I was like, she told me about GHC. So what is GHC? What is this new thing? And then I saw that it's another conference. It's an international conference, and so that was my first time, even thinking of going to the US. I was like, this is a conference. It's a full ride package to a conference in the US, and I was like, kitty poya poi, So I
Yeah.
was like, apply, let's see what happens. And I applied. I got a recommendation letter from one of my teachers from college. And it was a very simple application, just like GHCI, just 2 essay answers
Yeah.
and a few other details. We just sent it, and then I didn't forget about it. It was always there in the back of my mind. But I knew for sure that I wouldn't get it, because first, it's an international conference. 2, a lot of people all over the world apply. So you're not just competing with students in Asia or in India for that matter. You're competing with students all over the world, and you're competing with masters and graduate students, and students from BTech and all other computer science courses out there. So I applied, but I don't know, by God's grace or luck or whatever you want to call it, or my achievements, I managed to get a scholarship. And then, that's when literally I'd like to say that my life changed, because after GHC, a lot of things have happened, which I think, can be attributed to me receiving the GHC scholarship. So yeah, that's the big story behind it.
And what quality do you think, like what made you get into GHC, like competing with so many students out there, like internationally? So
one thing that I would like to state on record is my profile is not that different from other people. Like, I also have a very basic profile. as a matter of fact, I actually started off with an interest in biology, which later came to me taking engineering. So my story is like most stories out there. But I think one major difference is that I was honest. Most of the times, so I was a scholarship reviewer last year. I had the opportunity of reviewing other people's scholarships because I had a scholarship the year before that. So I actually
do that.
Yeah. So the thing is, they receive so many applications every year. They need scholarship reviewers to review scholarships for you. So you're not just doing that; you're doing it with a lot of other people, but you're just helping them in that process. Last year they had about 15. I think this year they had about 15,000 scholarships coming in and 900 scholarship reviewers who were reviewing those scholarships. Right. So last year I had the opportunity of being there, and what I understood from reviewing all the other scholarships is that I was very genuine and honest. So everybody can talk about themselves, listing their number of achievements, listing what they've done in college, what products they have. That is applicable to everybody. But apart from that, scholarship reviewers, they want to know who you are as a person, what drives you, and you have to be really honest. And you have to present yourself in a likable way. You have to tell your own story, what sets you apart from other people. And I think I did that because I was very honest. I spoke about my personal problems that I had in technology. I spoke about the fears that I had, imposter syndrome, coming in from a biology background. So all those things that made me question my decision of taking computer science, I presented them. So that is one thing I think everybody should focus on. Instead of just listing your achievements, instead of talking about you are the leader of so-and-so group or you have done so-and-so projects, which is a good thing. Yes, you have to display your technical acumen. But apart from that, you also need to talk about who you are, what drives you, why you want to be a woman in tech, what is that wow factor or X factor that you have, which you think women in technology lack or women in technology should focus on. So it should be very personal. Only then can a person understand who you are and what you bring to the table. And once they see how amazing you are, I'm sure they'll take you in.
So you say like if we have, we can also list out our weakness. Is that what you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So weakness in a sense. So one of the questions for the application is, they ask you about what kind of problems or issues have you had being a woman in technology? Like have you faced
any bias
and all of those things. So that is a place where you can be really honest and really truthful, and you can talk about all those struggles, like every little struggle which you have gone through in your life, and which has made you become the person who you are. So it's a very good. I really like that question because everybody can talk about their achievements, but often people don't talk about what made them go through that, overcome that weakness, and what were those weaknesses. And that question makes you reanalyze your life. You're like, I had so many things. Like I should be happy that I went through all these struggles, but yet still, I'm here. I'm doing this. I'm learning more. It's a good question.
Yeah. True.
And did the conference help you in your future? Like just because you attended the conference, was there some kind of advantage that you felt? Did it help you in any way in future?
So one of the things is, because I attended the conference, I understood a lot about how corporate world works, how for example, how interviewing works here. I also got to know a lot more about colleges. So doing an MS was nowhere in my mind before I went to the conference. But then since I went there, I talked to a lot of people from other colleges. I got to meet a lot of people from my dream companies that I want to work at. So talking to them made me realize that this is something that I can also do. It's not a huge dream that I can't achieve, right? So it made me feel as if I am a one step closer to achieving my dreams, achieving a big I don't know, working at my dream company. So Google, Facebook, Amazon, those were just names in my head, just things that I saw or read in the news. But I got to go there. I got to talk to recruiters from there. I also got to talk to a lot of recruiters from startups. Like there was like so many amazing opportunities out there. I understood. So since we are in college, we have campus placements. Our world is so narrowed down. We just look at all those companies that come to college. We think that is the only option that we have, but that is not true, because at the conference, there are about 550 companies coming there. So across different domains. So it's not just tech. It's like for example, Walmart, Target, supermarkets. They also have a tech division. So different domains. There's healthcare, advertising, tech. So different domains. You get to meet a lot of people. It really helps you broaden your vision, and it makes you consider there is a lot of other things outside from what you are given. It helps you dream more. So it really changed my worldview, and that was when I decided that I don't think I'll be happy, in a job from my campus placement. I need to dream more, and that's when I decided. I actually met one of my seniors here at Columbia there, and I spoke to her, and then she was like, you should apply for this course. You should come to Columbia. That's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply to Columbia. So my whole decision about coming to Columbia happened at that conference because I met that senior.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. So you get to speak to the speakers there?
Yeah.
Or is it?
I mean, there were about 20,000 people there. So
okay.
It's a huge venue with a lot of people. You have to wear, so it's not about the way you dress, but you have to wear comfortable shoes because you're walking around a lot. So you're walking from one place to another place, you're meeting all these people, so much happening on those 5 days. It's like a blast of emotions actually. So yeah, sometimes you get to meet speakers. You get to meet speakers when you're standing in line for lunch or going to the bathroom. You network with people standing in front of you, standing in the back of you. And sometimes I remember I was standing in line somewhere and I was talking to some lady who was a VP at a major company. And I was sitting next to a professor at Carnegie Mellon. So you meet so many people there. So the one thing that you should do when you attend such conferences is network. You should not sit and look at your phone or look at the scenery or whatever. Talk to people around you because they also want to know about you. They want to learn about what you have to say. For example, that professor at Carnegie Mellon, she was asking me how so since I told her I'm from India, she was asking me how your educational experiences, how our courses taught in India, what is the level of, so she was trying to compare education in the US to education things like that. So you get to be a part of such amazing discussions. So always network, always talk to people around.
When you got there,
and I'm at Jack Dorsey. And when I told him I'm from Kerala, he's like, I want to, which is the best meditation place. Meditation, because he said he's coming to Bangalore later that year, and I told him Alapura. I don't know why. So yeah, and I saw Priscilla Chan, Mark Zuckerberg's wife and the founder and president of the Chan Zuckerberg Foundation. So you get to meet a lot of celebrities.
Did you ever experience inferiority complex at GHC, as in considering the fact that there are so many talented people attending the conference and competing with you, and that too on a worldwide scale?
Thanks for bringing that up because I remember first day I went there. So in the career fair where you have all these companies sitting there, you get to go with your resume.
So it's the same venue? Is it the same venue?
Same venue. So it's a huge complex, huge building which they book all together, and then two buildings right side by side, and then you go from one place to another. So the career fair was at this huge place. There are 500, 600 booths right next to each other. Students are all standing. and you are standing in line so that you can give your resume. You can get the interviews there, then and there, and even offers
okay.
there. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's just not submitting your resume. You have people.
You do have a resume database where you submit your resume, and then prior to the conference, they'll reach out to you saying that we have shortlisted you. You will have to come to us for an interview. So that interview is happening on during the conference.
So is the resume database open for all? Like people who everybody.
People who are not who can't even make it to the conference can also submit it.
Okay.
But the interviews will most likely be happening at the conference.
Okay.
So I remember standing in line for like at one of the booths, I don't remember which, and I was standing for such a long time, and then I was just like looking around. I was peeking at the resume of a student who was standing in front of me, and I saw that she had like Harvard and Brown and everything on there, and I was like, I just have model engineering college. People here won't even know like where Kerala is. So I was like
exactly.
What the heck am I doing? So it was like, what the heck am I doing here? Like, will they even talk to me? And then I remember I broke off from the line, and so this place is so huge, and you get tired from standing all day, right? So some students go sit towards the sides because you're just too tired from carrying all the swag and all the that you get after the interview. You just sit there. And I remember sitting there and calling my mother. It was like really like late. I think it's 1 a.m. in India. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in India. My mother sat up because she saw it's me calling. It was the first time I was traveling alone, so she kept her phone all on. And I remember calling her and crying. I'm like, I don't know what I am doing here. I don't think I belong here. This is like too much for me. It's too over. And I remember crying. And then my mom was like, you are there. Make the most of it. It's okay. For me, it's okay. And I remember going out, walking around and then coming back and then doing it. Because I didn't want to waste that opportunity that I had in my hands. I never knew when I would be at such a conference again in my life. I didn't even know that I'll be in US I don't know, a year after that, doing a master's here. So nothing was planned. So, it was crazy. And I completely felt overwhelmed. I completely felt like I was an alien, a foreigner there. But then I got over it because, you're here, you have to make the most of what's given to you. So, yeah.
And what about the interview and approaching the interviewer at the career fair?
So, I interviewed at 2-3 companies, and some of them, I did all my research before going to the conference. I kind of, read through what are the kind of questions they'll ask, what are the kind of roles that I'm interested in. So I'm interested in project management, which is basically it's this tech engineering and it's tech design and marketing and business like put together. So it's basically management of products, right? So it's something that really interested me because I don't see myself as a person, as a coder, like sitting behind a computer coding all day long. I like to talk to people. I like to make sense. I like to tell stories. So that's what I wanted to do. Even in the, I wanted to be on the business side of tech, which is why I'm still interested in product management. I'm doing an internship in project management this summer. So that was my whole aim. And I kind of understood that what all those recruiters look for when you go there is something called an elevator pitch, which is you have to describe who you are, what you want, what you're looking for in say 15 to 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So you hand over a resume and then you say your elevator pitch. Like, I'm Nikita Mallya. I'm doing my master's in management science at Columbia. I'm interested in product management. I've done so internships. I think that I will be good for this position at your company. So it's like 15 to 20 minutes, right to the point. You tell them about what your major achievements are, what you're looking for, so that they know, this person is good or not, or we can move on, whatever. We don't want to waste their time because it's a huge conference. There are like so many people coming there. So there are like 100 other people standing behind me with their resumes. So you don't want to waste that recruiter's time. So, keeping all that into factor, I made sure that I know what it is that they're looking for, and I did that. there were times when they were really interested. At one company, they were really interested. I had another round. But when they understood that I am from India, because I don't have the valid visa to work here, that is when people were like, oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing that we can do. So, to get a job in the US, you need to be either a permanent citizen, of course, or be on a student visa, on an F1 visa, which I am currently on. So when I went there on a travel visa, and you can't work on a So I should have known that, but I didn't realize that it was such a big issue because, I was like very young when I went there. So, I didn't understand all that and all the moral implications and ethical implications of, not being there on a tourist visa and asking for a job. But now I do know that. But yeah, so it was very sad because I remember, because they liked me and they were like, if I had the proper visa authorization, I might have gotten that job.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because I was on a tourist visa. So, that is when I was like, I want to come back here with a proper student visa and then interview and then land a job, because that'd be amazing. So that's like a, thing on my to-do list.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully GHC will be there this year and hopefully I get to go. And
yeah.
So, what qualities do you think students need to inculcate in themselves in order to prepare for the scholarship?
I think that every girl student in India, especially in Kerala right now, they're like doing amazing. I see a lot of LinkedIn requests coming to me every day. Look at their profiles and I'm seeing that they're doing so many things, which is very amazing. Because when I started off, I remember I felt feeling overwhelmed that I don't know what to do. But there are like so many people out there doing so many things. So the number one thing would be to understand what it is that you really want. So you can only succeed in something if you're really passionate about it. Don't just do something because other people are doing it. Yes. And the second thing would be network. Like reach out to a lot of people. So suppose that you're interested in a design job. You want to be a UX designer. How do you do that? So reach out to people on LinkedIn, connect with them, and like look at people who are doing what it is that you want to do, who are already doing what it is that you want to do. So reach out to them, ask them, how did they get there, what their struggles was, what do you think you should do if you want to be a UX designer, and they'll tell you all those like little tips and tricks. For example, if you want to get into product management, reach out to me. I'll tell you, what my first product management interview is like, what books I read, what mistakes I made, so that you can learn from that and you can improve on it, right? So doing that will help you get where it is that you want to be. Third thing, very important thing that I want to talk about is, yes, scholarships are important. Yes, scholarships give you a lot of, resources and things, but it's so competitive because everybody is applying, a lot of people are applying, and sometimes it can be very hard if you don't get a scholarship. I applied to 4 scholarships for GHC and I did not get any of that, and I was like really sad about that. I remember telling my mom like, I'm never gonna apply to another scholarship ever again, But then I applied to GHC and I got it. So to those people, I'm telling you that keep applying. If you don't get it now, you'll get it later. Even if you don't get it, it's okay, because now you know what the things are that go on there. Try to do it at your home. Try to reach out to those people. Try to like listen to all those recordings online. Try to meet and network with other people. So networking is a key fact. Networking is what that whole conference is based upon. Now that we are all virtual, we are all sitting in our homes. All you need is an internet connection and a laptop or a phone to connect with people. Do Zoom videos like this. Talk to people. Learn more about what the other opportunities are there. Talk to recruiters on LinkedIn. Talk to students who are studying what you want to study. Like build that community, build that network. It's all going virtual now. Make use of it. So if you don't get that scholarship, it's not the end of the world. It wasn't the end of the world for me. GHC is a big part of who I am, but that is not the only part or only thing that defines who I am. So that is the one main thing, because a lot of times I've helped a lot of people read their resumes, edit their essay answers, and then they message me telling me, oh, I did not get the scholarship. And as if it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. There are a lot more other opportunities out there. All you need to do is search. Just like I googled GHC and found GHC. I was supposed to Google GHC and found in the same manner, Google stuff. There are a lot of things, so many other things out there. Google it, find resources, and just do your bit. If you do your bit, I'm telling you, one day or the other, things will fall into place. That's important. So you have to keep going. You shouldn't stop. You have to keep going. You have to keep doing things that you want to do.
And any piece of advice for the applicants?
I think I already covered that. Network, use LinkedIn, Google, find new things, keep studying, understand what you want. I know that's a very crazy thing to ask people, find out what it is that you want, but I don't know. But you can't always do everything. Sometimes you have to say no to things. Focus on one or two things that you really like. Try finding out what it is that you like by talking to people. So that's it. Main thing is talking to people. Talk to people to understand what are the other things that are out there. Sometimes you think that you just have like ABC options, but sometimes there will be XYZ options also. But you won't understand that without talking to people. So, understand what and all is out there. Try to find out what works for you. Put yourself first. Focus on your mental health, on your thing. Help other people also. Once you get a scholarship, don't just think that, oh, that's the end of the world, now I have a scholarship recipient. No, you have to help other people, help your community, help other people also rise up, help your juniors if they have doubts, questions, if they reach out to you. And if in the process you found something new, you found a new opportunity, you found a new course, you found a new certification somewhere, don't just keep it to yourself. Help other people, because that will make a community. Helping grow the community. That's what's important. We women have to always come together, help each other out. It's not just about your success. You have to help other people. Only then will it be counted as a true success, when you help other people. Yeah.
How do we make our resume stand out, or our GHC application, scholarship application essay stand out?
Be creative. Try to say a story instead of just listing things out. Try to put yourself in the shoes of someone who's reading a resume or someone who's reading the answers. If I give you two applications, one application with just numbers and words and like leadership position at ABC, GSOC mentor at BWI and things, and another person with a story who's talking about why that person was a leadership position at XYZ and how she became a GSOC mentor, that story part is what sets you apart. So be creative. Try to tell who Medha is to them. Explain yourself. Be creative. Tell your own story, and when you tell your own story, you will be unique, and you will put your heart into it, because that's who you are. Only you know who you are. Try telling them that. Right? When they read it, it should not be another application. They should be like, oh, this student is interesting, and I want to know her. So bring that creative story element into it, because I think at the end of the day, even if you have all the skills, the way you present it, the way you talk, the way you write it down, that is very big, very important. You can have all the technological knowledge and the business acumen in the world, but if you don't know how to present it, you will be at a loss. You need to be able to fluently say it, articulate it, make the other person understand what you're trying to say. And that is a key factor in applications, because they're not talking to you, they're not interviewing you, all they're doing is reading your resume and your answer. So you have that chance to show them who you are. Do that in the most genuine and honest way possible.
This really helped me, like talking to you. I was really I didn't know, like it's my first time applying to a scholarship, so I was nervous.
Don't be nervous. I remember applying to my first scholarship. I waited till the deadline. Like I applied 1 minute before the deadline. So yeah, I kept procrastinating. So don't do that. Sometimes, because everybody will be applying last second, the servers will get jammed. So don't do that. Apply way beforehand. But yeah, there's nothing to be nervous about. So you have to. That's also another thing. Always try new things out. Things that make. don't be always in your comfort zone. Like you have to step out.
Yeah, so talking to you helped me, like, got to know a lot more about GHC.
I'm glad.
And I hope this helps a lot of people too.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's one of the reasons I am trying to pay it forward. So. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's about it. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time out. I'm pretty sure you also have assignments and classes.
Oh no, thank you for sparing your time, helping us.
Yeah. You had to like wake up super early for this, I guess.
Thank you
Alright
so
then.
much, Nikita.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for all. You had cool questions, so thanks for that.
Thank you.
All right then.
So bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Be safe. Stay at home. Be healthy.
Yeah. Same to you.
Okay then. Bye.
Bye.